Good evening, everyone. I'm here a little early tonight. I mentioned earlier that it was just convenient to hop on around 8 this evening because I'm in a quiet house. So I decided to do this out in our family room area where it's quiet. Usually it's full of boys and it's not very convenient for me to be sitting out here talking, so I thought I'd do it in front of the Christmas tree and fireplace and just discuss a few things with you tonight. I will make this brief. And so anyone who's live, just chime in. I have a couple questions here that I'm going to ask throughout tonight's little session. So today it's 10 days until Christmas. The countdown is on. It's real. Christmas is 10 days away, and tomorrow it's single digits, and that's like huge. I don't know about you, but when it gets that single digit mark, it's like, you know, things are getting real. And so how many of you feel ready for Christmas being so close? Do you feel like you've done all your shopping and the cards have been sent and the cookies baked and all of that? Are you feeling a little stressed and a little chaotic? I want to encourage you tonight that if you are in the second camp and you are feeling stressed and a little chaotic, which I yesterday had a few moments in my day of just being a little overwhelmed about several things, but remember, God does not want you to be overwhelmed and stressed and feel chaos during such a precious time of the year. That should be about Him and family and all that. And I know that our natural tendency is to get caught up in those things. And I've not finished my shopping. All the Christmas cards are not mailed and the cookies have not been baked. But it's okay. And we have 10 more days, 9 tomorrow, but we can do this. So I want to encourage you to not feel stressed. Take a step back and reassess what needs to be done and say, God, you just give me the strength and the energy and the wisdom to know the things that I really need to do and some of the things that maybe I need to just bypass this year. And remember, family is so important. So snuggle up, watch Christmas movies, bake those cookies, and do those fun things. So I said tomorrow marks the single digit countdown days. And I don't know where you are in the country, but in Pennsylvania, it is nearly single digit temperatures. It is freezing tonight. It is so blustery cold. And so it actually is about 14 degrees. I just checked before I hopped on here. So it's freezing. So when it is cold outside, I love warming up with a cup of coffee or hot chocolate or hot apple cider or whatever. So my first question, you can weigh in the comments. What is your favorite hot beverage if you're a hot beverage drinker? Now, second question is, what is your favorite snack to go with that hot beverage? So my favorite snack to go with my coffee has always been, or not always, but since I've learned about these, Tim Tams. And I posted on Instagram the day the word prompt for the Sacred Holidays Photo Challenge was guilty pleasure. Mine was Tim Tams, and they are amazing. My sister-in-law introduced them to me, and they are just chocolatey goodness. There is no way else to describe them. And so I wish I had some to show you, but I haven't gotten any yet. But I will be making a trip to Target before Christmas because Tim Tams have to be on hand when you're drinking coffee. So they're little rectangular wafer cookies coated with chocolate with like a chocolate filling as well. And you bite the opposite corners of the Tim Tam and then you use it like a straw and you suck up that hot beverage in through the Tim Tam and you slam it in your mouth. That's called a Tim Tam slam. And the entire cookie just melts in your mouth. It is the most amazing thing. So that has always been my favorite, but I have discovered this week a very close second. And I've been telling my mom about them over on the phone because my mom and dad are coming up for Christmas and I'm trying not to eat all of these before she gets here because they're amazing. So if you like biscottis, these are gingerbread almond biscottis. And can you see? My mom will be watching this. So I told her, I haven't eaten all of them, but I just got them a few days ago and they are so delicious. So you just dip them in your coffee, they melt in your mouth. It's amazing. So what is your favorite hot beverage and what is your favorite snack to have with your hot beverage? So weigh in the comments. And I just thought we'd start with that. It'd be a little fun thing to do. So a little recap of our attributes from this week. Monday we talked about, we studied God's omnipotence, and I talked about that in the live video Monday morning, all about God's omnipotence, him being all powerful. And I shared a little bit about the sermon that I heard this past Sunday, and if you have not gotten a chance to watch that, the link that I shared in those comments, that actually it's up now. You can watch that, and it is a wonderful message by Pastor Trent Thompson of West Shore Free Church in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. So if you didn't get a chance to watch that and you'd like to be encouraged by that, I just encourage you to watch that. So that was Monday. And well, hello, Mom. My mother-in-law is on here. Good evening. Welcome. So Tuesday talked about God being a gracious God. Wednesday, a jealous God, and Thursday, a righteous God. And actually, the reason I'm here a little early tonight is when all the boys get home, we have to play a little catch up. So we have not done Wednesday or Thursday. So we're going to be actually studying God being a jealous God and God being a righteous God once everyone gets home. So I was thinking about this tonight because I was at my 12-year-old son's wrestling dual meet tonight, and it was his first of the season. And as a mom, you just get so nervous for your children as they are, in a sport, or if they're on the stage in a play or whatever, that feeling of nervousness that you get for them. So he was wrestling in one of the heavier weights, and so he was waiting until the end of the match to actually wrestle. And so he's walking around, and with each bout each bout of wrestling, I'm getting more and more nervous because I know it's getting closer to him. And some of them, sometimes you would think that it wasn't fair, that what was going on wasn't fair. And when I think about God's righteousness, I also think about just. We studied about the attribute God being a just God and fair in all that he does. And so that's a lot like righteous. So I'm very excited to dig a little deeper tonight with God's righteousness. So anyway, back to the wrestling, as I'm waiting and getting more and more nervous, he actually, he won by forfeit. His opponent, or there was no one in his weight class to wrestle, and so he won. He got his first victory of the season by forfeit, and so my heart slowed down, and he was happy that he got the victory, and the whole team won, and so that was like a lot of fun. But we think about fairness and righteousness and justness, just if that's a word, when it comes to competition a lot. And so I did read ahead and see that the activity was like play a game or do something with rules and then without rules. So I'm looking forward to doing that tonight with the family. And in a home of 4 boys, there are constant conversations about, well, that's not fair. He got to do that. I didn't get to do that. Why did he get to do that longer? And it's always discussions about fairness and all of that. So anyway, I wanted to wrap things up tonight, I wanted to ask you, what has been your family's favorite attribute that you've studied thus far? And why? Like, was it something that you just had a great discussion that night about it, and some really neat spiritual truths came out from just discussion? And it's really neat. I think I've mentioned this before, that's probably been the highlight of this study, is listening to what my kids are learning and listening about how they view God from their perspective. And I'm learning a lot from them. And so I just hope that you are having a great time. If you're behind, don't be discouraged. Pick up where you are, keep going, and remember, do not get stressed. about the fact that tomorrow marks 9 days away from Christmas. It's okay. We can do this. We're in this together. So I want to let you go. Have a wonderful evening tonight with your family. I'm continuing to pray for you, and again, weigh in with any prayer requests that you might have, and I would love to pray for you. So have a great evening, and I will see you again on Monday morning.